Welcome to the first instance of the Services Roadshow by Base4NFDI, where currently funded basic services pitch themselves in 10 minutes, followed by a non-public Q&A session, moderated by our team. We start with IAM4NFDI, Identity and Access Management. The stage is yours. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, and welcome everyone. So I have the delightful opportunity to present the IAM project, and I'm here on behalf of a big project team, which I am able to speak for today. And I just want to get started with a bit of motivation. So why would you want to use, or should we want to have IAM4NFDI? And I'm starting with myself, my digital identity here right in the middle of the screen. And what I typically want to use is I want to use some kind of cloud services that's provided by a service provider, be it an NFDI consortium or a university or a business, or whoever does want to provide me a service. And what I typically do is I will create my own new identity on that service, and then have to manage this identity by myself. And if I do it for multiple services or for many services, I will have to create many of these small identities, and have to include all the information that who I am and where I'm coming from to the service, eventually gathering up a lot of data in that. And each of that have to be approved by an administrator. So this gets messy and complicated at a lot of places. On the other hand, I do have a home account on my home institution, and that already has a lot of information about me. So it has an identification, it has certain kinds of assurance because someone checked my ID when I signed my contract. I have certain roles like being an employee, a lecturer, or a student. I might have certain status. Whoops, what was that? Sorry for that. I might have a certain status in my university, and I of course have my university as an employer, so I have a certain home organization, and so this is all already neatly bundled, and it would be so nice if we could just transfer that directly to the cloud service. And that is what we kind of started with, having the national network providers and national federations in Germany, the DFN, that already provided a service, an AI service, to do that on a one-to-one level. So you more or less had to find an agreement from the home account to the services to transfer certain attributes, even though it is already federated. And then there come the NFDI services, which might be interested also in other information that my home account does not already have. For example, if I'm a member or an associate, or have an association with an NFDI consortium. So what we're doing is we're founding so-called virtual organizations for each NFDI consortium that allow to manage exactly that. So who is a member of the consortium, or who has certain roles or statuses within the consortium. And we might also be able to define additional policies, like who's allowed to access what and when and why. And then we're able to transfer these also to NFDI related services, together with all the other information from the home accounts. And this makes it a lot easier for management, so you don't have to manage it yourself. You only have to manage it once. Service administrators don't have to manage it, but it just comes from the home account and the community account, bringing together all the nice information about your personal digital identity. And how does that look like? I'm going to go through a small service that we have that's cosign, that's already integrated into the NFDI for ING AI infrastructure. And you're going to see the login page, and you've probably also seen that with other services. There are various ways of signing into that, and one way is to sign in with the NFDI for ING AI. And if the user would click on that, they are being redirected from our platform to the NFDI for ING Community AI, and can select their home organization there. So that's the place where you can choose where you're coming from. And then the community AI, or sorry, one step back, you can also choose to have some, let's say, other identity providers, for example, Helmholtz AI, which is a collaboration of several AIs, or you can use the ORCID AI if you don't have a university login and still want to use the service. And after choosing that, I'm going to be redirected to my home institution, and there I have to provide my username and my password. And that's just between me and my home organization, so that never gets passed on to the service itself or anywhere else. And yeah, I'm gonna fill that in and submit that. And then with some redirects in the background, so I'm technically my home organization is gonna go send me back to the community AI, and that is then redirecting me to the service with my community account, and then I'm with my digital identity happily signed on to the service that I want to use. And I didn't have to create a new account or save my new password. I can just reuse what I have, and the service can rely on the attributes that the community AI or that the home institution has. So yeah, why are we doing that? It's all about identity and access management. So we have identities, we have the measures and means to provide access and to communicate about access. And this is what you can manage with this kind of service. And it's about accessibility. So that's what also part of the A in FAIR, to provide meaningful access to services, but also to data. You can scale that through the use of these kind of virtual organizations. So you have to manage the memberships of groups in only one place, and also one place for managing policies. This can be done by the research communities and the NFDIs themselves. It's especially important for information that's not already been collected and managed by the home organizations, and probably not known by the home organizations. This is all based on the blueprint architecture of the ARC2 project, which comes from the EOSC framework. So we're fully internationally aligned. And this is all pretty much battle-proof, so we're has been around for quite some time, and and we can establish a policy framework to establish trust. So this is really something you can rely on when building data services. So, and yeah, where are we now? So right now we have implemented that blueprint architecture, and don't get confused by all these boxes and arrows. That's just an overview of all the components that we have. If you have questions to that, feel free to contact us so we can explain certain aspects there. In principle, we do have 4 implementations of these community AIs, which the NFDI consortia should choose from. And these are attached into this existing EduGain and Research and Education federations, and should also be interoperable with the EOSC and upcoming infrastructures there, and especially with the NHR, EGI, and Life Science AI, which are also out there. And so far, we have been talking to several NFDI consortia. So the report from, I think, last week says we currently are covering 15 of the 26 consortia. And we're doing so-called incubators for onboarding. So for each of the services right now, we try to give them some room for discussion in an incubator project. And there can be different ways of doing this or formulating these incubator projects. There may be just on the consulting level, so just thinking about what's the right things to choose, what are the right attributes, the right information to base authorization decisions on, for example. Sometimes it's about development of new features, and sometimes it's about development of policies and other management. And yeah, so please contact us, get involved with the incubator process. The next one is starting up right now, so you still have a couple of days left to respond to our call for the third incubator cycle. So if you're interested in getting involved and making your service fit for IAM, then please submit it here. We've posted the QR code to a short form that you need to fill in, and that allows us to really reserve some time to make sure all the services are being properly onboarded and all the NFDI consortia know how to use the service. And that's it from my side, and we're up to the announced quiz, and I hope I don't know if you give some information on that. So you have to note down the letters of the correct answer here.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Marius from Team IAM4NFDI. And yeah, you can see the quiz. The audience can find the recorded video later on the YouTube channel and the presentation slides on our website. We close the recording now, begin the non-public Q&A session.